Hey guys, still doing my thing. Hopefully I might put the Pokemon League today. Hopefully, see how far I get in the hour. We'll start the winter journey next month. So, like, comment, subscribe for that series. Thanks for watching.
Bills, you might have immunity on the Twitter space. Oh, did you see the purple emoji going?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Guys, on the Twitter space, give me 100 emojis if you guys can still hear me fine. I think you guys can. All right, good. All right.
The person who normally sits on your chair is the polar opposite. Complexion-wise.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right, fair enough. So, yeah, that makes sense now. So, Sean, you want to give him a quick little, because I know Sean's got to go, guys. He can't stay long, but I wanted to have him kind of announce what we got planned for the fall. And, go ahead, take it away.
Yes, thank you. Basically, we want to take over college campuses, because if you are a student at college campus, you probably know there's all these different groups on campus that are so-called free speech organizations that actually don't really believe in free speech. And we're simply that. We're just a free speech organization. We host people from all different viewpoints, people with senses, like Myron, Milo, Gavin McGinnis, Outstein, Laura Loomer, everybody in between, even people on the left like Destiny, Hunter Avalon, Brianna Blue, John Bro, like all these sort of people who you normally don't hear from, because a lot of these groups just don't actually host events. They don't actually host debates. They don't actually have conversations with people. So we're trying to change that by bringing different voices to campuses that you don't normally hear. So with Myron, we're going to have a lot of big plans in the fall. I can't reveal all of them, but all I can say is if you like what you saw today, and you like what you saw at the University of South Carolina, then you're going to like what we have in store. So if you want to bring that to your campus, just go to uncensoredamerica.us. There's a Star Chapter form right there, so you can like Myron and make some cool events happen. Because you can't do without a club on these campuses. You have to have a club to make these things happen. So it's a tricky battle, and everybody knows that people are getting censored on campuses. A lot of people are going to college and protests, but it's been happening for years. It's going to keep happening. So if you want to put a stop to this, you actually want to make a difference rather than, seeing the problem unfold, complaining about the internet, you can actually make a difference and do it at campus near you.
Yeah, so if you guys, because a lot of you guys say, yo, Myron, come to my school. Here's the thing. Number one, I can't go to your school unless you're a member of that, unless you go to that school and you're a member of one of the clubs. And then number two, you need to basically vouch for us and get you on your campus. So you got to go to the school, and it's got to be public. Private schools are pretty much cooked, right, Sean?
Yeah, private schools, no shot, because they can, like the beauty of public schools is that you have to follow the Constitution.
Yeah.
They have to let you speak. As you saw at USC, a lot of people are trying to shut you down.
Yep.
A lot of professors were complaining, but they let you speak.
Yeah. So at private schools, it's a bit tougher, right?
Private school is pretty much impossible. I
Yeah.
tried with DePaul, and it's just like they have so many restrictions there. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But the other thing too to remember is that even when you have all these other groups like Turning Point, College Republicans, they don't let you come and speak. Like College Republicans is totally custom top down. Like they may have some freedom at the campus level, but they have a federation that controls them and them.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't let Charlie go, but I mean. Yeah. Well, that should tell you guys why I need to go to college campus even more, because look, I like Charlie, but at the end of the day, we're no holds barred. We're going to call out Israel. We're going to call out the bullshit, as you guys saw earlier today with what was going on. And yeah, man, yeah, it's great stuff. So this fall, stay tuned. I think we're probably going to do our first one maybe August or September.
September.
Okay, September. Stay tuned, guys. I'll have an announcement at school and everything else like that for you guys in the future. But right now, we got a couple schools lined up. I don't want to say right now what they are, because we'll probably get shut down again, preemptively. So it'll be a good time. But Sean, anything else you want to tell me before we get out of here?
I just want to thank you guys so much, because Myron's been fantastic. Hopefully we can go to a lot of people don't the behind the scenes stuff and how stressful that is, to get these things set up. It's not easy, but
Influencers that are divas and shit like that, right? Like they're fucking not punctual, not polite.
Yeah.
On some but no, it's been great working with you, Sean. Guys, we are gonna take over actually in the fall, so stay tuned. If you guys like the college debate stuff, we are gonna do it even more so. And yeah, we're gonna take over, man. Anything else, brother?
No, thank you guys so much. Just check us out, uncensoredamerica.us.
Sean's gonna work to get you, as you guys know, we always release a 4K version on Uncensored America on YouTube. One of the footage of the cameras got taken down. We're gonna try to see if we can get it back, or maybe do some edits and get the 4K version for you guys up that's in better quality than the stream. But obviously no guarantees. We're gonna have to do some creative fixing here.
Yeah. We'll work on it. Hopefully it'll come out soon.
Big ups to Sean.
He got us behind the scenes doing the camera switches, making sure that the internet's up and everything else like that. He helps out. So, you know, I had him meet with my team and we made things happen. And there was a lot of stuff going on, guys, as you guys saw with that stuff. I'm there debating, but these guys are running around behind the scenes, making things happen, especially with what's going on. And then last thing I'll say before I let you go, because I know you really got to get going. What are your thoughts as you were sitting there behind the scenes, seeing the growing number of them boys? Yeah,
Them boys.
It was, I mean, you know, I said this to you like just a minute ago that when we got here, I was wondering what type of reaction we'd get because I'm from Philly. It's a very different vibe in Miami.
Yeah.
And when I was checking out the location last night, and I was looking at the people here. I was like, yeah. When you have Women Deserve Less, Prove Me Wrong, like you're gonna get something.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect what we got at the end with all of the different flavors of people that we got there. Because they were acting like college kids. Like that's what blows my mind. Is that you'd think like the ladies that were freaking out at you at USC when they were, you know, like when you told me to go back in the kitchen all that stuff. And then you'd think like after college, you know, they grow up, they get out of that, but they actually get 10 times worse.
Yeah. No, it's fucking ridiculous, man. But no, dude, thank you so much for coming. You know, I know we did this thing kind of like last minute. We made it fucking awesome. Not bad for a first stream that we set up like on the side using a fucking generator. We'll do this again, maybe in a week or two. I don't know. I'll work it out with Sean, and we'll bring him out here again, and we'll do it again. You know, get the permits and all this other stuff because it is a pain in the ass to get this stuff done, guys, in the back. But we made it happen. So thank you so much, Sean, for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much,
man. I know you got a flight to catch tomorrow, so I'll let you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Shout out Sean.
Yeah, shout out Sean. Give him a nice little outro. I want to see W. Sean in the chat. Okay, we did not get to make fun of them boys without Sean helping out with the ones and twos behind the scenes, making it happen. Shout out to Uncensored America. I tell you guys, we are gonna fucking take over this year. Like, you guys think the Charlie Kirk debates on college campuses are great? Wait till I fucking when I'm there, right? I'm not gonna be sitting here saying, "Hey, you're our greatest ally." Nah, man, we gonna be going crazy on the fatality. Okay, so it's gonna be a good time. So shout out to Sean, shout out to Uncensored America. You know, we're willing to go a little bit further than other people. Shout out to 3 Dingos, by the way, for 50 fucking gifted subs. I appreciate that, my friend. I really appreciate that. And guys, that is how we're able to do what we're doing. As you guys know, we're demonetized on YouTube because quite literally them boys. And we're able to, you know, do the stuff where we go to college campuses or me go to New York City and talk about the Diddy case and, you know, give you guys really like an entire repertoire of different types of content. We cover true crime. We cover self-improvement. First did a great interview with, you know, Coach Greg Adams yesterday where they talked about the current dating landscape. You know, obviously me, I'm doing geopolitics, foreign policy, all this other stuff. We're doing debates. We're doing everything. This is by far the most diversified YouTube fucking channel out there, and you guys know this. So the only thing I ask, man, like the video, sub to the channel if you guys are watching on Rumble. More sub to the Fresh Fit channel. Let's get this thing up to 7,500. We're going to go live for a bit. I think we'll give it maybe... What are we at? We're at 7,000 what?
7,000 what?
Subs.
Oh yeah, we're at 7,094.
7,094? Yep. Okay, and we're live on all platforms, by the way, right now. We're live on YouTube, and Rumble, and X, on all the platforms, Myron Gaines X, and on Fresh and Fit as well. And we're running a clan meeting, clan chowder meeting, on Rumble as well.
This nigga horny.
Sorry, on X. What happened? Nah. Okay. And then let me. Live on Fresh and Fit, and then we'll check here. So yeah, so we got like 2,000 you guys watching between the platforms. So anyway, so you guys are probably wondering, yo, Myra, what the fuck happened? So as you guys know, let's go ahead and go through this. And thank you. And guys, we're gonna stay on air for an hour and a half at least, right? If we hit 7,500, then we stay longer. Can we put a timer up for the people? I'm not fucking leaving. 90 minutes on the clock.
This is my home. They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of
here.
So
we're gonna stay on air for 90 minutes. If we hit the 7,500, we'll stay on longer. As you guys know what the subathon, you got to sub on Rumble, on Fresh and Fit. We're streaming everywhere.
7,500.
Yeah, what are we at right now? 8,000? What are we for 9 minutes?
Okay. You matching, right?
delicious.
If you're not matching, then I. Matching 8,000.
Yeah, maybe I will match. Okay. So you know, before I give my take on it, what do you, Mo? Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts, Mo, on everything that went down? Take us from the beginning to end, and I'll give my opinion last about that one. Go ahead.
I knew it was gonna be one for the books because I've understood the area. I was expecting more women to be fighting. That was one thing that surprised me. I expected more women fighting, but the amount of sims, bro, what was that word? Man, I wish I remembered the word. But some people, guys who overly pandered women, like bunch of those. I knew it was bad because I always have a quote. I say the rest of the world is very frustrating with blue pill. And that was something that I had to learn. I remember Myron taught me to shout out to Castle Club. I always say the rest of the world is frustratingly blue pilled. So when I'm seeing a bunch of guys that's like so blue pill, I'm not shocked. It's all funny to me. It's all comedy to me. Then, of course, gotta address the elephant in the room. Ending. I'm not one to talk much, even though I talk a lot, well, at least about the situation, but I will say this, I had to let it be known that, look, you're not going to get closer to me. Like, I see you getting closer and closer, I'm like, bro, you are not going to get too close. No, I'm not letting that happen. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you are. Keep your hands to yourself. And if you go and try to touch Myron, you're gonna have to go through me, and apparently, you know, it's gonna be a lot to get around. So,
I appreciate that, Mo. I saw you step in there.
yeah, I had to look. He was getting too. He stepped closer and closer. I said, nah, I see you step a little to the side. No, this is as close as you gonna go. You're not getting any closer. And that was not happening. I don't care who you are, I was not happening.
Bills, what about you? What were your thoughts on being on here?
Oh, hold on. My camera looks crazy. Oh. Sorry, y'all. Regular day at the job.
Yeah, true.
It was just a regular day at the job for me. W Mo for, oh yeah, happy birthday. Mo, woo! they got Mo doing security work on his birthday. It was great content. Can't wait to see the clips. You can't make this shit up. Stereotype food themselves, and that's pretty much all I can say.
Noble, actually, I want to hear it because Noble was the first one to tell me that we got to shut it down. Ironically, real quick, can you give us a play-by-play of what was going down? Because obviously I'm there debating, obviously what the fuck's happening. And for you guys that are wondering, Noble is the G on the team, customer service.
Customer service? No, you're not kidding. You got serious.
He doesn't have an accent, which is, we got a good one. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, so like, they're all getting crazy. We gotta change the topic. But then,
Well, tell the backward, go back a little bit. You got a permit and now this other stuff. Can you talk about like how you had done all this bullshit behind the scenes to make sure that we could do it?
oh yeah, this was a hard
Maybe
one,
not the
I ain't gonna
details,
lie.
but like how you had to do it.
Yeah. So first I had to go to the city, and I had to go get a permit from the city. And then the city was like, nah, you gotta hire our police because you guys are way too controversial.
Oh, they knew?
Yeah, they knew who we were.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they said, you guys can't hire your own security. You have to do this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then the police officer actually knew our content too. So like, yeah.
He was a nice guy.
And they knew all our stuff. And there were a bunch of people there. There was this one guy, he really hated mine. He was like, do you even have a permit to be doing this? Like, go talk to the police officer. Just like that. Done.
Was it one of them boys?
Nah, that guy.
Oh.
Black guy with glasses.
Oh, that nigga kept asking me. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that became creepy.
That nigga.
He came up to you and said, "Do you have a permit to do this?"
Yeah, he was really pressing. He was like, "Oh, do you support this?" And then he's like, "You guys even have a permit?"
Why did that bitch get on the fucking mic?
He was too scared. He just kept recording you. That's all he was doing. He just kept recording you, and he had some headphones on. He's a weirdo. Old motherfucker.
All right. And what else?
Well, then, like, towards the end is when it really got crazy. And I popped up. ESJ was talking out. And I'm like, okay, I can't cut him off while he's talking. And then he started singing and dancing. And he's like, dude, if they get rowdy now, I can't go and stop them. It's just him for like all of
It was like, and just so people know, there was like 15 of them, bro. There was literally 15 of them. And one of them said, "Oh, you're doing this in front of a synagogue," which, I mean, whatever, who cares? But I didn't realize, like, apparently there was like a holiday.
Yeah, they left their prayers to come debate you. There was like one of them who knew who you were, and he brought all them to come debate you. So there's one of the guys was like, "Can I get your number? I want to go and set up something with Myron." And I'm like, "Okay, fuck. I'm sorry, I can't touch your phone." Yeah, that's like part of the rule.
Yeah. No technology or some shit.
Even though they were all on the mic, you're not allowed to use the mic. Bro. What the hell? You're not allowed to use the mic.
Bro!
Very good comment there, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You killed it with that one, bro.
Yo, what the fuck? So,
You could.
yo, that's crazy. Which one was it that wanted to get your stuff? Which one was it? Which one was the Jewish dude, was it?
My stuff? He's this one, he was like the shorter one with the glasses. He kept trying to talk, but he wouldn't talk. He apparently knows Rabbi Shuri, so like he was trying to go and grab my number to go and connect.
Was he on camera?
Yeah, he was kind of on camera, but he was in the back. He kept trying to talk, but they wouldn't let him talk. They all kept talking over him.
Okay. All right. So what we can do is we can go. Let's pull up the clip and react to it here. Because I think me talking is one thing, but like actually showing the clip is a whole other thing. And it is going pretty viral right now. And people want to know about the laser. Look, let me be explicitly clear about this shit. All right. Let me be very, very fucking. I don't fear death. Okay. I understand that talking about this topic is gonna make me a target. Right? I understand that talking about this topic is gonna make me hated. And I understand talking about this topic can potentially have some consequences. Both financial, physical, whatever it may be. But, you know, at the end of the day, there's one thing that you guys gotta remember, right? I remember the movie, you guys ever seen the movie Troy, right? And there's this like iconic scene where he's going out to fight this like big fucking ogre, right? And the kid hands him like his sword or some of his equipment. And he's like, "Oh my God, he's a really big individual. I wouldn't want to fight him." And Troy looked back at him and said, "That's why no one will remember your name." And that's what it comes back to when it comes to just the reality of life. Who dares wins, chat. Okay, famous saying. I think it's the SAS or that's their motto. So I understand the risks. I understand that these are. This is a nation that doesn't give a fuck about killing innocent people. This is a nation that doesn't give a fuck about assassinating people. I understand that they will go ahead and do a whole bunch of bullshit to try to destroy you. It is what it is. I mean, the truth is more important. And quite frankly, something needs to be said, right? I think at this point now, everyone agrees with the professional community that this is a genocide. Despite the fact that these guys want to sit there and, be apologists for Israel, they couldn't debate the facts. I mean, they didn't even know what the handling record was, right? They didn't even know about the Balfour Declaration. They didn't even know who you are for Hamas. And they're over here sitting there supporting a genocidal state that's literally responsible for the death of 100,000 plus people, right? And they try to obfuscate from the truth, and they get angry, and they, hide Israel high. And it's like, oh, well, all you're doing is like kind of proving the stereotypes right. This is why the international community condemns the Prime Minister. This is why no one respects the West Bank and the settlements. Everyone knows what they believe in. And quite frankly, if it wasn't for the United States, it would be gone within a couple of days. And I'm tired of supporting a genocidal state, and I'm tired of funding it. I'm tired of supporting it. I'm tired of saying that they're our greatest ally when they're not. Some idiot on the side literally was like, America first, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, America first and America only. And his dumbass said, he said, Israel and America are the same thing. And that's what really fucking annoyed me, because I was like in my head like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Don't ever fucking try to tarnish the legacy of this country, which you guys are trying to fucking do right now, by saying they're the same thing. And it's that entitlement as to why we're having the problems that we're having right now, right? These fucking dual citizen scumbags that are IDF soldiers on the side saying, I was there for October 7th. These fucking soldiers that literally kill people, right? Kill innocent people, by the way, and oppress innocent people. They come in the United States and they think that they're entitled to our protection. They're entitled to our money, our tax dollars. And this fucking dumbass literally had the nerve to say, it's the same thing. And I was like, no, it's not the fucking same thing. It's not the same thing. But that's how Israelis think. They think that it's their land, it was promised them by God, they can kill a bunch of Palestinians, the only life that matters is Israeli life, nobody else, and quite frankly, they don't give a fuck. Right? So, this is a serious problem. It is a serious problem, and I'm glad that a lot of people are stepping up and talking about it, right? And, you know, bringing this to the attention. But, guys, you know, to answer your question about the red laser or whatever, it is what it is. If I die, I die. Fuck it. You know what I mean? If you're not willing to stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. So, if they die, all they'll do is prove me right even more. And then you guys can go ahead and pick up the fucking, you know, pick up the sword and continue the fight. Right? Anyway, where are we at here? We got the video, right? Because apparently the laser is going viral. And it's funny too, because like after everything happened, they just like they started dancing, which makes it even funnier. That's fine. Hey, we don't got to say it right now. Yeah, we can talk about that later. You figured out who it was? Okay, all right. Mo just told me it was a black little kid that was flashing the laser. So not too crazy, guys. Well, they want me gone too now that I think about it.
Nah, the nigga just wanted candy.
He just wanted candy.
He just wanted to sell candy.
He just wanted
to sell candy?
Yeah.
He just wanted a candy seller.
Okay. Wait, there's kids that sell candy in the corner there. They want to get attention on this.
I was worried if I was gonna burst the bubble or the
It's all good. Nah, the truth is the truth, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. So you got nothing to worry about. It wasn't Zionist snipers at the top of the fucking synagogue. So, but again,
synagogue is crazy.
regardless, like you got to be fearless no matter what, right? I didn't know that until Mo just told me just now.
Yeah.
So whatever. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this clip here. This shit is fucking crazy. It's on Twitter. You go to Wiring Gains X. I think he clipped it. And if you guys aren't following him, go make sure to follow. I think I have it on my page too, actually.
Sorry.
Fair use, fair use.
I think it was like a 6-minute clip. Let me see here.
I always say that when we react to our own videos. I say
Listen, you're doing it in front of a fucking synagogue. That wasn't the smartest idea, no? Maybe go in front of... Listen, you're doing it in front of a fucking synagogue. That wasn't the smartest...
This is kind of funny. So, when he said this, right, I'll be honest, well, I already knew that the synagogue was around the corner or whatever, but I didn't realize, like, they had just come out of prayer or whatever. Like,
I didn't know that
I didn't know that either. And it was a bunch of them. It was like 15 of them, chat. The intention obviously wasn't to even go there. Let's actually pull up the full video real quick. And have that clip saved, but pull up the full video. Because let's start with like how this started. You can pull it up on my channel.
I think if a group of people come into someone else's land and rape and torture and burn, they have a right to defend themselves.
Okay.
I also understand the other side.
So, pause.
So killing 100,000.
So let's go back to the beginning here, because the guy came in kind of like a pussy. Let's be honest here. He comes in and he asks me about the Houthis, and I'm like, okay, this is like kind of an auxiliary, you know, component to this conflict. They're not even the main people, but let's go ahead and play it here real quick from the beginning when he comes up.
I think if
on the Houthis, this guy. Go ahead.
I think if a group of people come into someone else's land and rape and torture and burn.
No. I said pull up the main video, the full video, because yeah, you're not gonna get the. Hey guys, we're probably gonna migrate all you guys over to Fresh and Fit here. We'll go for a little bit on Wiring Gains X and everything else like that, but we're gonna migrate everybody over to Fresh and Fit here soon. I know we got a bunch of you guys in here in the space as well listening. Right now I'm not bringing up speakers. I see there's a bunch of you guys in here listening. But you should watch the stream, honestly. You can listen if you want, but I think watching the stream is way better. But whatever you guys decide. We got it? We do it live, ninjas. We do it live. But anyway, yeah, so what's up then? Saying I'm a brokey won't work. Well, it's only for people that are brokies, that don't have a sub. All right, let's, okay, so we got the video here. And just so you guys are wondering, we set this up on the corner in Brickell, obviously a very popular corner on Miami Avenue. I can't hear anything, boss.
Yeah, I got a meeting.
Free Pooh Shiesty.
That's what you wanted
This
me to
nigga, bro.
That's what you wanted me to
Yeah,
it's all
you
good.
said that we could get into international talk, right?
Sure.
So I've listened to your talk about Israel and Zionism and whatnot, but I want to take a different angle.
Sure.
You're Yemeni background, right?
No, my family's from Sudan.
From Sudan?
Yeah.
Okay. Question is, what do you think about the Houthis looking outside in and how they're affecting the war? Because I've listened to your stance on Israel.
Yeah.
And
Clearly he
Zionism.
doesn't. Sure.
So,
So we don't know I'm not
we don't
Yemeni.
need to get into that, but how they're acting in response
to
to
Desert
it,
Joe.
being a proxy of Iran and doing what they're doing and affecting world trade and XYZ. Do you agree or disagree with what's
10
happening?
gift the subs. Do I agree or disagree with what they're doing?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it matters if I agree or disagree, but I understand.
No, but I want to hear, you have like an opinion on a lot of different matters. So what's your opinion on that?
My thing is I simply understand why they're doing what they're doing, right?
Do you?
Yes.
Okay, can you elaborate?
On why they're doing what they're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're trying to create an enormous amount of pressure on Israel economically.
But it's not working, right?
Well, it was working for a long time.
Is it
That's
work-
why we had to intervene. It was working, yes.
It's not working.
When they were boarding the ships and they were sending the rockets in.
Yeah,
it was-
but you're bombing ships that are affecting trade.
They weren't bombing ships.
Attacking ships. They're sending missiles to ships that are going through their ports.
They were stealing ships. Yep, they were pirating ships and obviously affecting
World
international
trade,
trade. World trade. But that was creating quite a bit of problems for Israel financially. They were boarding ships that had financial
Not for Israel,
interests
for
with
the
Israel.
world.
I'm sorry?
It's for the world.
Of course, but it hurt Israel the most.
How
That's
so?
why it's to shut down one of their ports, actually, as a matter of
How
fact.
so?
It literally hurt.
How did
Israel's
it,
not
how
doing
did
that
it hurt
great
Israel the
economically
most?
right now.
No, you said any topic goes. You said Israel goes.
Yeah, I'm
So
I'm
how
telling
did it
you,
affect
They're not
Israel?
doing
So,
they're not doing
pause.
well economically right now.
So who's not?
You guys can see here how like he's like trying to deflect and everything else. First, it's what's your opinion? Well, my opinion is kind of irrelevant, right? Like I understand the strategy, right? So you guys got to understand that warfare has evolved from just, guns and killing each other to economic warfare too, okay? It's actually the big reason why we're not attacking Iran is because there's economic warfare that could be waged as well. So what the Houthis are doing is they're creating They're creating an enormous amount of pressure, right, on Israel by attacking ships that have Israel interest, okay? And these ships that have Israel interest are the ones that are being targeted by the Houthis. Now again, I'm not here to tell you guys I agree with it or I disagree with it. What I'm here to tell you guys is I understand why they're doing what they're doing. They're doing it to bankrupt Israel and make them feel the pain economically for what they're doing in Gaza. Then Lebanon is shooting rockets into northern Israel. So the proxies are basically making where it's like, look, you want to go ahead and conduct this genocide, then we're going to make it very painful for you to move ships. We're going to make it very painful for you to have your civilians evacuate northern Israel. If you're going to go ahead and continue to do what you're doing, we're going to make it painful for you, not just both militarily, but we're going to make it hurt economically. And what I was trying to explain to this guy, because he doesn't understand whatsoever how warfare is done in the modern day age, is that a shipping port in Israel was literally shut down because of the Houthis attacking it. Okay? Like, economic warfare is real. Here's another thing also that a lot of people don't know. So the Houthis back in 2019 attacked 2 different oil areas in Saudi Arabia. You know what happened? They had to shut that shit down, and they lost billions of dollars just for being down a few days. Okay? So economic warfare is absolutely one of the ways and strategies that lesser equipped militaries or militias employ to attack bigger and stronger adversaries. The reason why we don't attack Iran the way that we want to, because trust me, we want to do the attack alongside Israel, is because Trump is intelligent enough to understand that it's going to have serious economic ramifications on us, okay? What are those ramifications? Well, they're going to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. They're going to attack oil reserves all across the Gulf. They're going to attack military bases. And though the United States will win in an actual all-out war, it's going to cost us a lot. So it comes down to the concept of, is the juice worth the squeeze? And Iran's job is to make sure that the juice is not worth the squeeze, despite the fact that the United States can squeeze the juice out. Okay? Same exact concept when it came to the Houthis. So the Houthis were causing a lot of problems for Israel boarding these ships and pirating them. Now, like I said before, I don't have to agree or disagree, but what I am saying is that I understand that that is really the only strategy afforded to them, because they have to hit Israel where it hurts, which is where? Their pockets. Okay? So that's what I was trying to explain to this fucking guy, and he didn't get it. But let's keep going on. Israel.
It's not because of the Houthis, it's because...
Well, that's a component.
It's because their workers had to go to reserve service and other things like that.
Let me.
Obviously,
do you want me to?
Tourism is down because people are scared to go there.
For sure. So
right?
their economy is hurting.
Right.
That
but
is precisely why they're doing what they're doing. I'm not here to tell you that it's right or wrong. I'm just simply telling you what they're doing.
Your opinion, though, because you have an opinion on a lot of things.
This is a fact.
You have opinion on women. You have opinion on a lot of things, right? So what's your opinion in there?
Again,
you have opinion on Zionists. You have opinion on Jews. You have opinion
Israel's
on Netanyahu.
problematic country.
Okay, so what's your opinion on the Houthis?
Again, I just told you.
Do you agree or disagree?
I understand.
Do you agree or disagree with what they're doing?
I understand. See, and this
See,
this is them trying to force some kind of strange dichotomy to virtue signal from. Like, bro, I don't have to agree or disagree. I understand that, like, war is war, and I understand that they're looking at it like, yo, you guys are committing a fucking genocide. So they're like, yo, let's fuck them up financially so they can't keep doing the genocide. And this is where Israelis are so goddamn stupid. They don't have the wherewithal to understand why they do the things that they do. Or you know what? I think they do know. It's just that they want to be able to sit there and say, you're an anti-Semite. You're an anti-Semite because you don't want to take a stance on this. I don't have to take a stance on it. I'm saying we know, or I know, why they're doing what they're doing. And I think anyone that has half a brain understands why the Houthis are doing what they're doing. I think anyone that has any concept of geopolitical affairs understands. But he clearly doesn't. So he's just trying to get an answer out of me for, like, what do you think about that? That's irrelevant. What I think about it is irrelevant. Okay? I simply understand that economic warfare is real, and economic warfare is typically waged by inferior militaries or militias against world powers. That's how it goes. That's the only way that they can even the playing field. They know they can't beat them militarily, so they're going to hit them economically. And the strategy worked because they couldn't do anything against the Houthis until Trump came in and started spending a whole bunch of fucking money, and they can barely make a dent against them. That's why we agreed to a ceasefire with the Houthis, by the way. So clearly, it worked. Trump struck a deal with the Houthis to stop bombing them in exchange for them not attacking ships that have U.S. interests. And guess what? The Houthis are still attacking the Israelis. Economic warfare, man. It worked for them. And this is the ugly side that people don't want to discuss, or they don't want to have these discussions on. Let's keep going. Agree.
Really?
That's really irrelevant. I understand.
You understand?
I understand, yes.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Thanks.
Okay, do you actually have a position, or you just wanted to get my...
On the matter?
Yeah.
I have a position, yeah.
Yeah, what's your position then?
I think if
Pause.
A group...
Because, as usual, they're cowards, so I knew that he had some type of ulterior motive to try to... the fact that he was trying to get a response, like, well, do I agree with it or not? Like, I already knew, all right, this guy's a fucking Zionist, clearly. He's trying to sit here and put me in a corner and try to make, like, a moral argument when this isn't really a moral issue. This is more of a pragmatic issue, okay? So I kind of wanted to know his stance. I knew what he was going to say. I knew he was going to be a pro-Israel shill. But let's go ahead and see what he has to say here. I hope you guys are ready for some Israeli propaganda.
When people come into someone else's land and rape and torture and burn, they have a right to defend themselves.
Okay.
I also understand the other side.
So killing 100,000 plus innocent people is defending yourself?
Listen, when World War II happened, there was a lot of innocent deaths also, so we can't really take that angle. I agree there's innocent deaths. In war, there's innocent deaths. But the easy way, in my opinion, to end it, now that America's involved and you have the world looking at it, is to return the hostages first. And then you open dialogue. then you open dialect.
Okay, do you think
That's
Netanyahu
my
actually cares?
opinion.
Okay, so here's the thing. Number one, a war is fought between two capable militaries, okay?
Really?
The IDF,
Really?
the IDF is a military, a formalized military that gets supported by us.
All right.
Okay. And they're killing
Hamas is supported by Iran. They had like endless amount of rockets, endless amount of ammunition.
They're a ragtag militia
that can go in
that
one day and kill over 1,000 people. That's a lot of deaths, bro.
Here's the thing. So let's talk facts, right?
Sure.
Because you're putting a lot of Israeli propaganda out there. So let's
no,
I'm
not speaking propaganda.
Let's go through this.
I just wanted your opinion on the Houthis.
No,
you want to turn it to
let's
Israel.
go through this.
Sure.
So, do you think Netanyahu actually wants the hostages back? Does he care?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
But there are political motives. I agree with you. But yeah, he wants the hostages back.
Are you aware of the fact that on October 10th, a deal was put in place to get all the hostages back in return for them not invading Gaza?
If you can't put the deal in front of me so we can look at it together, then it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
See, here's the thing. And
because there's been over 300 deals that have been put in front of both parties.
I'm telling you, on or about October 10th, this was reported by Israeli media, Haaretz.
Okay.
Okay. And this is what a lot of Israelis don't know and Zionists don't know. There was a deal put. Yeah, okay. So a deal was put forward saying, hey, look, we will go ahead and give all the hostages back in exchange that you do not blow up and attack and invade Gaza. And what did Netanyahu do? He refused. Now, here's the other thing. You mentioned that they killed, what, 2,000? Or 1,300? Yeah. No, this is true. It's true.
Whatever
See, now,
the
want to know how I know it's true?
Oh.
No. Here's the other thing, too. Here's the reason why. What happened?
They're starting to sprout.
Are we still on the space and stuff? All right, so now at this point, guys, right? You might not be able to see it on camera, but then the hecklers started to come. As this guy was like having this discussion, there was like 3 or 4 of them on the side. These fat Israelis on the side, or Zionists. They're on the side starting to heckle, saying that's not true, that's not true. But the reality is, a lot of these people are too stupid to realize that it actually is true. Someone came out, and I'll actually pull up the article real quick for you guys. Let me find it. Long story short, someone who represented the families, right, went to the Israeli government and said, yo, you know, and he was aware of the fact that Hamas had put a deal forward to return the hostages in exchange for them not entering Gaza. And Netanyahu refused. Now, I know a lot of Zionists might say, well, you know, that's you can't, you know, make deals with these terrorists or blah, 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 whatever. But the reality is simply this. Netanyahu had an opportunity to get the hostages back, but he chose not to. Instead, he decided to attack Gaza and then wage a war all across the Middle East, right? So, and also I think it's important for people to understand that Netanyahu was in the middle of a corruption trial at the time. So, which one is it? Is it that, what's more probable? What's more probable? That Netanyahu wants the hostages back, but he did everything in his power to not really get them back immediately, right? And then go through the route of attacking Gaza, which could potentially kill them, and start a blockade, which would starve them, right? Or was it that, well, actually, the other option is simply, did he just wanted to wage a war across the Middle East and then get himself, you know, pretty much avoiding accountability from the Israeli courts? Like, he had too much to gain. The point I'm trying to make here is, let me simplify this. He had too much to gain by going to war, okay? By going to war, he avoided jail time, avoided the trial, avoided accountability for any of these criminal activities, and he was able to wage a war against all of his enemies, which he's been trying to do forever, and it gave him an excuse to attack and take over Gaza like they're currently doing now. So there were far more pros to letting the hostages stay there and waging a war than getting them back. Because if you got the hostages back, guess what? Now he can't go ahead and wage a war on 6 different fronts. Now he can't go ahead and indiscriminately bomb Gaza. Now he can't go ahead and, you know, authorize the execution of the